So next, all you have to do is take your drawing of your swan. So you can draw it yourself. You can use a grid method, or you can freehand it, and or you can print it off on your computer, a swan. That's a swan that I took in our boring park here in St. John's, Newfoundland. And so I printed off my picture on my printer, and it's 8.5 by 11. My canvas is 11 by 14. So that's to make it faster. Now, it's not hard to draw. Like I say, you can do that freehand, simple. And then you can take the paper that you printed off and put chalk on the back of your paper. Just chalk on the back of your paper, just some yellow chalk. Okay, because, or if you can find some white carbon paper, that would work also. But chalk does good, and then when you transfer your pattern to your canvas, because the background's pretty dark, so it probably wouldn't show up with dark carbon paper. So see how it comes out with the chalk. So that helps get it on faster. And once you got your swan drawn on your paper, then, and you're happy with the drawing, then you can transfer that onto your canvas using that method. So now you take your paper off, and you now have your swan on your water. So we'll get started painting that one. So what we need to use is our small flat chiseled edge brush. Okay, so that will help us stay up against the lines. And we're going to use our, we're going to do an underpainting for our swan, because we need a darker color underneath to bring out the white. So I'm going to use my ultramarine blue with a little tiny bit of burnt umber, just to grade up a little bit, okay, and some white. And then we'll get that nice shadow for underneath. And we're going to paint the whole swan that color. That will make it so much easier than trying to work. And it's okay for it to dry, so that's why we can go ahead and paint the whole swan that color, okay? So just get all that painted in. Your chiseled edge brush, sable, or synthetic will do the trick, because you get, see, the chiseled edge brings it right up against the line, and you have more control. Bristle won't do that. You'll get all kinds of jagged edges, so we don't want that. So let's just put on our base coat first. Alright, just our base coat first. Good. Yep. Now if you want a dry background to work on, to do some dry brushing and things like that, don't use your blending gel. Let it dry, because you don't want to be sitting around waiting for half an hour for it to dry. So oil painters had to wait and wait and wait. Using a hairdryer is fine, but sometimes it makes it kind of gooey if you got too much paint on there. So, but I use a hairdryer every now and then. Speed up the process so I can get my videos done. So we'll just get on our colors, our background. So the drawing should help you immensely. There we go. Good. I'll brighten it up a little bit so you can see it better. But that's the darker underpainting for your swan. When you get your underpainting on, you'll be able to see the shape of the swan better. And then if you have to fix anything up, then you can do it then. If there's anything wrong with the shape, or something went wrong when you did the drawing, you can fix it up now. Good. Just get your background on there. So you can see it starting to shape up. There we go. Get it shaped up. This is the time now to really get the nice shape that you're looking for. See, if it's not round enough there, see now you can round it out a bit better. It was too square there. Different parts of your drawing may not be perfect, but once you start painting, you can make your drawing. You can change things, fix things up. There we go, see? Good. I got the neck done. We're getting to the back. Good. So get this all in here. Use the chalk lines that you put there for guide. Yep. Swans are not hard to draw, so to speed things up I just use a pattern from my picture, but I can certainly sit down and draw that out by using a grid method. Well, I haven't done my video on a grid method yet. I should, maybe I do have it done by now. But I'll show you a grid method because a lot of artists use a grid method. They use some way to get help. But some objects are really hard to draw out, and some artists, even though they're excellent painters, some artists really can't draw. I know that don't make sense, but they're more interested in painting, so their drawing skills may not be quite as good. So because they use tools to help them. And they don't want to take the time out, like myself, when I'm doing videos. I don't want to spend hours and hours and hours showing you or doing a drawing when I can easily use a grid method. But I do freehand drawings because I need to, because I need to learn to make sure I know all the techniques in drawing. I have some drawing videos, but to show you how to do some drawings, but I'm mostly into the painting. I enjoy painting mostly. So now we have our underpainting done for a swan. Now we're going to do, what I will do now is the beak, because the more you can get, the better you can see the shape. So we'll do the beak, and then all we have to do after that is the highlights. What we need to do is probably put some underpainting underneath here also for our shadows. Yeah, we'll do that too. So just so we'll know where the shadows are, we'll put a few little highlights here. Our background highlights. So we'll put some highlights here. There we go. Just enough to give us an idea where the reflection is of the swan. There we go. And that'll give us some idea where the reflections go here. So we don't need to do much here, only just a few little highlights there. We'll be going over that again. Oops, okay. So that'll be enough to get our highlights there. Good. So what we'll do now is we'll take a small round brush, because we're going to do the beak, so we need a really small brush. Alright, let's go to the beak. And what we're going to do there is we're going to make an orangey color. So we'll make some red. If you got cad orange, that would be really nice. Right now I'm just going to make my own orange from yellow and red. Get a really good orange, you just need more yellow than red, I find. See? So I'm moving away from that red because it's too much. So I'm just moving away from it to get that lighter orangey color. See that? So don't keep going into the same red because you keep yellow, adding yellow, 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 and you probably never get the color you're looking for. Just move away from it. So we'll put some orange on here. This orange is transparent, so we'll have to do a couple of coats. Get that much on. We'll, as soon as that dries, we'll put on another coat because you can see, as you can see, it's pretty transparent. We probably could add a little bit of white to it to thicken it up. Let's see. So I added a bit of white to my orange, and I may have to wait for this to dry anyway. Yes, so still transparent. So what we'll do is we'll wait for that to dry and then we'll put on a second coat. Good. If your small round brush gives you any trouble, get a very small flat brush. So now let's fill in that black part of the eye. If you don't want to use black, you can use black, or you can use, I'm going to make my own black with ultramarine blue and burnt umber. Ultramarine blue and burnt umber makes a really nice dark, almost black color. So it's right here. Good. It's pure, almost pure black, isn't it? So we'll fill that in. Fill that in there. Basic thing now we're trying to get is shapes and underpaintings, and that will show you the shapes better. And anything that you need to adjust. So I can see I need some adjustments there. There we go. So we'll make adjustments as we go along. I'm going to bring that orange up a little bit further, I think. Let's see now. I will see as we move along. Good.